Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And this article comes to you guys from Satellite Internet. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, some of the more bigger publications are now testing, beta testing the T-Mobile and Starlink connection. Now, I will give it the benefit of the doubt that it's a beta, right? And it can still get better. But a lot of the people that have been testing it, they haven't really gotten like any really good results. So in this case, even the people that are testing it here from Satellite Internet, they're saying it barely works any better than what you get with Global Star and Apple, right? Because it's just really, the beta is really just texting. So it's just very interesting. And for some that think that this satellite is going to replace a native connection, I mean, you're delusional at this point. It's just not going to happen. You might have some connection here and there with the satellite, and it may work, but it's not going to replace a native network. There's just no way. So there are several points that they make, and I'll leave a link to this article in the description so you guys can check it out. I just wanted to catch this last one here. What we thought of the T-Mobile Starlink beta. Unfortunately, most of the text messages Palmer sent to me failed to deliver. Several factors could have accounted for this, such as her location, our phone models, or the status of the satellite network. Ultimately, I received some of her messages, so it works with persistence and patience. So you have to probably send the same message over and over again for it to go through. Also, the few minute delay between messages is long, but not as long as I expected, given the higher latency inherent in satellite communications. It's a suitable lifeline for those who want to be able to reach emergency services when needed. Is much more affordable than satellite phones, and is a good option for non-Apple phones that already have an SOS satellite feature. So it's really a tough one. Like I said, we do have to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? It could get better once it commercially launches. You could be sending, messages back and forth, no problem. But I just don't see how some people can think that this is going to replace a native connection, right? Because that's what essentially happened when T-Mobile filled in the coverage map, right, with the Starlink coverage. They essentially covered all of their dead zones with Starlink. And it's going to work for some areas, like I said, but the majority of the places, right, that are dead zones, that are somewhat populated, this is not a replacement. It's just not. And T-Mobile is going to hype it up, right? They're going to charge you $10 if you sign up early, $15 if you sign up in July, and if you're an AT&T and Verizon customer, they're going to charge you $20 for that, right? For failed text messages. Even if it's in beta, I'll be very honest, at least the text messaging should work, no issues. It's texting, right? It should work, no problem. That's the least amount of issues that I would think would be an issue, right? Would be the texting. Even during the root metrics testing, when T-Mobile was tested poorly, they still managed to have, a number one ranking for texting, right? It should work. There shouldn't be any issues with the texting. But even in this case, like they stated, it failed multiple times. So, and I mean, we're already in March, April, May, June. So you're not that far off from the July commercial launch. So, of course, like I said, the benefit of the doubt will be given. There's tweaking that can be made. There's stuff that can be tweaked. But for the majority part, I really don't expect this to commercially launch with data and calling. I don't expect that. And until and they even discussed it in this article, until that waiver is granted by the FCC, I don't anticipate them to even try to launch data and calling at all, because they're going to need it. They're running at a higher frequency. So until that waiver is granted by the FCC, I don't think, outside of texting, I don't think Starlink will launch anything else besides just the texting. And that's where AST will have the advantage. Even if they come in late, if they launch late, they're going to have the better service on the low band. They're going to have the video calling. They're going to have the voice quality. And they're going to have the data. They're going to launch with that. They're not going to launch until they can have that, correct and right. So this is going to get interesting. Now, if the FCC does grant that waiver and they can operate PCS at higher power, then, that changes the dynamic. But for now, it doesn't look too good, right? Like I said, benefit of the doubt is given. They could make some tweaks. They could get the waiver granted. All that's a possibility, not denying that. But even then, how good is this really going to work, right? That's going to be the big question. And like I said, for those of you who think this is going to replace native tower networks fed with fiber, you're just delusional at this point. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Peace.